Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Biaheza. Hope you all are having a wonderful day.
Dropshipper investor.
My stock and crypto portfolio has dipped around $500,000.
Finance enthusiast can turn any side hustle he touches into gold. Biaheza is the guy always seeking new ways to make a quick bag.
That's why he's the GOAT!
Now, a couple weeks ago, he uploaded a new video. I made a secret YouTube channel to prove it's not luck. And well, he managed to get over 7,000 views with just his first 2 videos. And which is especially good considering that the channel he made was based within the finance niche. So if his page went on to be monetized, the CPMs would most probably be looking kinda juicy. And so after the immediate discovery of this video, I thought I'd try it for myself. So considering he chose the finance niche, I thought I'd do a similar thing and also choose the finance niche. Just because 1, I know a little about it to hopefully make half decent content, and 2, to hopefully get that juicy CPM bag. Now for his first video, he decided to make it dedicated around a finance YouTuber. And videos like this are notorious to eventually do well, as there's already an audience around this individual. Very smart move by Patrizi. So again, I thought I'd do something similar. Instead of making a video exactly the same on Jordan Welsh, I chose arguably YouTube's largest influencer within the finance space, GP Big Money Graham Stephan. So first what was needed was some extensive research. After all, the video had to be right until we avoid any unnecessary bad clout early on. On day 1, I pretty much spent most of my time completely rinsing Graham's videos, going way back to his pre-Tesla days, and also did some digging around some other reliable sources. Next, Biaheza decided to not use his own voice for the video's voiceover. So, he wrote out a whole script, and that was exactly what I did, but it definitely took me a while. So just to note, for this attempt in what Biaheza would say,
New plan to make it out the hood this week.
I was limited for my time. Likewise with everything I do at the moment, I currently work a 9-5, as well as doing a degree in business management, as well as record and edit videos for this channel, as well as regularly go to the gym, and also try and run a theme page. So for this, I set aside a couple hours a night in order to get it done. And after a brief 2,000 words later, I had made a complete script. Now he chose to outsource part of his video by paying for a voice actor on Fiverr to read out his entire script. And I also chose not to use my own voice, as you know, in case anyone recognizes it.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the... No, 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 no.
So I needed a new voice. I thought for this experiment, I'd try do it with $0 in sunk costs. And after scanning the web for a bit, I'd found the best free voiceover bot that I thought didn't sound too bad.
Sub to Ben so he can hit 2k subs. K thanks.
To the point that it didn't take all the emotion out of the dialogue. So I pasted the script into the generator, pressed play, and started screen recording my iPad.
Graham Stephan is a 32-year-old financing.
Yeah, I didn't trust the website to make an account with them. And so by the end of day 2, I had the complete voiceover for the video. So at this point, once Biaheza had received his audio, he could then jump straight into editing. Now he managed to say he got the whole video done in 4 hours. So I thought, okay, surely I can do the same. I edit videos already, so this can't be that hard, right? Once I'd inputted the audio, I came across my first hurdle. The 3-bot voiceover was so slow. There were loads of big pauses between sentences, and it just didn't really flow very well. So firstly, I had to arrange all the audio into J-cuts for each sentence of the video. If you're unaware what J-cuts are, it's a very popular type of cut when editing that allows you to overlay the audio so that you hear the next clip's audio first before the footage. I use this style of cuts in all of my videos just to make it flow and not be too blocky. Once that had been done, it was time to get all the overlay footage. I watched the 2 videos that he made for inspiration, and I noticed he had quite the mixture of clips that had just taken from that YouTuber's videos, some stock footage, and it wouldn't be a Biaheza video without some memes. And I liked what he did with the faded intro of Sebastian, so I started with that.
My income for 2020 was just over $5 million as a channel with 3 million subscribers.
And then went on to the main body of the video. Now my main worry with the video was the potential outcome of it not being engaging enough, mainly due to the robotic voiceover. So I chose to try and make it up with the footage, which created a lot of extra work with the editing. So after making a solid start, I was conscious of how much time I was spending on this. Using everything I could find, pictures, clips, stock footage, I basically destroyed my storage with Graham Stephan content. And my approach to the editing was to go sentence by sentence, adding in a suitable overlay so that it would be a constant flow of new visuals just in order to try and make the engagement of the viewer high. But in the back of my mind, I was thinking about how little time Biaheza put into his editing, despite him obviously having the one-up in terms of editing tools. I assume he uses whatever on Mac, whereas I'm more limited limited to what I can do on LumaFusion on my iPad Pro. But I'd made an effort to make up for it by photoshopping cutouts of Graham's head to make small sketches and memes. By the end of day 4, I was slowly plowing through the editing, focusing all of my free time on it just to get it out in good time. After the hard shift I put in on day 4, I was in a decent position to continue editing. But again, only because I chose to be up till 2 AM editing, to wake up at 7 AM for uni, at this point I'd accepted the fact that I needed to spend a lot of time just in order to get the editing to the standard I wanted it to be. As the day was coming to a close, I'd finally reached the end of the video. After adding in everything that I needed to help me tell the story I was portraying, I just had a little more to do. The video wouldn't be complete without good music, so just by using Epidemic Sound, and no, sadly this isn't sponsored, but I definitely recommend it. I added suitable clips to help emphasize the story. Last but not least, once the video was finished, I needed a thumbnail. Now Biaheza went with a very minimalistic yet bold style of thumbnail, and it seemed to have worked, so basically I made something very similar. All that was left to do now was just upload. So after making a catchy title and adding suitable tags, I scheduled it for a good time to post.
An hour later.
I noticed that it hadn't done the best. I knew that it was still early days, considering it took Biaheza 3 months before it got any views, but I decided to tweak the title ever so slightly and hoped for the best. Now, just as a bit of background, the channel I used to post this on was indeed a shorts channel that I'd previously made. It'd previously seen a decent amount of views, and my plan for the last video on it was to build up the subscriber base with the shorts, and then hopefully transition the subscriber following over to a more longer form of content. So I thought, what better way to start than with this channel with around 117 subscribers. But having said this channel itself took a massive dip in views. Not only had I not uploaded in a month, all of the shorts completely died off, and all the recent posts had 1 or 2 views at a maximum. So my thoughts with this video was to try and revive the channel and see what we can make of it. Biaheza's first video took 3 months to pick up any views, but I wanted it to be instant. I left the video up a day by itself, not advertising it at all, and the video received a total number of views of 14. So I decided to try and increase the reach of it. I posted shorts one after the other just to try and spark some views into the channel, but all of them again remained within 1 or 2 views. I googled about the possibility that the channel may have been shadow banned, as one of the earlier shorts did have a copyright strike, but all I could find was just wait it out and continue to post, which left me with plan B. This YouTube account is linked with a TikTok theme page I own, currently at the time of this recording with 174,000 followers. My long-term plan is to try and move this audience over from TikTok onto this YouTube channel, but I thought I'd try use the platform to advertise the video. After all, the shorts are originally from the TikTok and the Instagram page.
2 weeks later.
So let's see how the vid did. So at the time of this recording, the video has currently got a total amount of views of 34. Now, okay, it's not the best, but as you can see, every day it's slowly creeping up in views. And in terms of its reach, it's only managed to reach just over 200. So with that in mind, the click-through rate on this at the moment, I think is really good, with an average of 11.2%. In comparison to Biaheza's video, his first video was along the lines of this, and it wasn't until a couple months in, he was then getting in the thousands of views. I've seen loads of channels, particularly within this niche, have channels that are completely blow up, but if you look back to when they started, you'd see that the videos early on their channel were probably getting next to none views. So for a first video on this channel, I didn't have that high expectations, but the video seems to be on the right path if it's still been able to get views on the daily, and it's not showing signs that it's going to completely die out. Overall, I'd love to be able to run a second channel, as I love to talk about finance and create videos, but the main constraint I have now is my time. So if I were to find a way to spend less time on editing, like for example making them shorter than the one I made, or just even simplifying them, may help. Biaheza's plan with his channel, I think, was to outsource it to one of his mates, which could also be a possibility if I saw good evidence that the channel was doing well. I think the lesson from this though is that even though views on your channel might be low to start with, over time with consistency and dedication, it will eventually slowly start to pay off, as well potentially be extremely rewarding. So I would recommend this side hustle to anyone, not only for those people looking to make an extra stream of passive income, but to also learn skills like editing and Photoshop, all for just dedicating nothing but your time, and especially in this case without the fear of having to even show your face. Anyway, going forward, I'm going to try and be more active on this second channel just to see if we can monetize it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. In a bit.